Okay, so part two of the question, can I get off of my medications? This is now aimed at a different group. So my first video was more for Hashimoto's, Addison's, type 1 diabetes, 1.5, those folks, where you have an endocrine gland that can no longer make hormone and you need to replace that hormone. So that is one piece of the conversation. Now, getting into the other autoimmune conditions like ankylosing spondylitis, rheumatoid arthritis, some of these, like idiopathic juvenile arthritis, things that are more systemically inflammatory. And these are the folks who tend to go on, Enbrel or methotrexate or, medications like that, where the goal of the medication isn't to replace a hormone. The goal of the medication is to decrease inflammation and treat the inflammation. So for those people, is it realistic to get off of those medications? And the answer yet again is maybe, but don't go in guns a-blazing thinking that that is going to be your hardcore goal. So like with the Hashimoto's and with the other folks I mentioned in the first video, the question becomes, how long have you had this? How severe has it been during that time? And what's the progression been like? If you just got diagnosed with RA and you've been on, Enbrel for like a couple of months, then maybe there is hope that we could get you off of that and work with your physician and do that. So that's a hopeful situation. If you've had your condition for multiple years or decades and you've been on something for a long time and it seems to be helping, then I'm personally not going to be the crunchy person who says all medications are bad. Sometimes you find that we can lower a dose of something. So maybe we're not going to get you off Enbrel, but maybe it's going to be a lower dose or less frequent. Some people can get off of stuff, some people can't. And what we're trying to grapple with now in research, it seems, is we're trying to understand the immune system more, first and foremost. But B, we're trying to understand what plants are capable of and where we really need the medications. And in this instance, you can't always match the exact mechanism of how a drug is working with a plant, or maybe taking a high enough dose to get that effect is just unreasonable. So that's where sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and take that medication and be grateful that it exists. So I wish that this was more of a ray of sunshine video, but the answer in both of these videos is, can you get off your medication? Maybe, but I'd encourage both groups to not go in dead set on getting off of stuff. Just realize that you need to do what your body needs and you need to give it what it needs. And if you're at a point in your life where you need that medication to lower the inflammation, or you need the thyroid hormone replacement, or whatever it might be, then maybe that's okay. And you could do all the crunchy, granola, natural, hippie stuff on top of that too. You could take your herbs, you could take your vitamins, you could take all that stuff to really minimize the inflammation and dampen the autoimmune process, and maybe take this one prescription too.